Hack ability lock. Sombra hack ability lockout duration increased from 1 to 1.75 seconds. Duration of hack's ability lockout often goes unnoticed unless it's being used in an active interrupt. While we're not looking to go back to previous lockout numbers, we do want Sombra to have slightly more time to feel as though the ability is effective. This change stays in line with our goals for less crowd control abilities in Overwatch 2, and we'll continue to closely monitor performance data and player feedback to ensure that this remains the case. So, yeah, I mean, we're essentially doubling it, especially considering the fact that when you finish the hack, there's like a 0.2 second time before you can actually shoot. So now instead of them having 0.8 seconds, they're locked out for what? Point or 1.6, 1.5. Yeah. Anyways, I don't remember if it was exactly 0.2 of what I was testing frame for frame. That's what it seemed like. So, yeah. So yeah. 5-0, thank you for the 29 months. Welcome back. Gotta relax those wrists and eyes for release. Yes. Okay, so let's go back. We'll start at the beginning. So yeah, this just got released or announced. October 4th on the horizon. Let's take time to talk about hero balance. October 4th, blah, blah, blah. For today's update, let's talk about some of the hero balance for launch day, break down our philosophy. Okay. Also, if you guys did not hear, Jeff, the lead hero design balance, is no longer with Blizzard. So could have a lot of changes coming that, yeah, the other Jeff. So I don't know if this was still Jeff or I don't know, but anywho, guy that created Briggs, Sigma, and Echo. Yeah. So there could be a lot of changes trickling down, trickling in. I don't know. Over time, that kind of goes back and changes stuff. We'll see. What up, AJ? Just got the tweet. What up, Oprah? Yeah, Blizzard has allowed this patch to be used by pros and streamed without posting this. I don't know what you mean. Okay. Overwatch 2 brings with it 9-week season cadence, new 9-week season cadence, not 1 year cadence. Fitzyhere, Phantasma, thank you for the 1 year. Welcome back to the Super Secret Summer Squad. So, new 9-week cadence that will consistently introduce new maps, new heroes, game modes, and more for players to experience. For heroes, more specifically, our plan is to typically release a new hero every other season, which combined with our ongoing additions of new maps and game modes and our regular balance updates should reward different strategies, playstyles, keeping the game fresh and dynamic for years to come. Importantly, each season will also see impactful hero balance changes as the season begins to support our goals of constantly balancing the game and keeping the live service feeling dynamic. This means new seasons will feel more distinct and special, with balance changing significantly when we move to the next season. We also prepared to make additional balance adjustments if needed within a season arise to manage hero balance and power and keep our game feeling fair and fun. So, I hate the idea that they'll balance just to make each season feel different. Players will constantly have ups and downs, their favorite heroes. So you dislike that. What do you guys think? 1, if you guys like that there will be changes overall to the game. 2, if you dislike. So every 9 weeks, maybe not like a huge change, but like, okay, that hero's double shield's been busted for 2 years. Okay, it's gonna be gone. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you don't like change. Changes for change's sake sound unfun. Well, I think it's more like, at least how I see it, is like, and this happens in Dota all the time. So not to say that I'm skewed, but Dota, granted, it's not every 9 weeks. It was like there's just a big patch every now and then. There's a big patch, and it's like, oh my god, so many things. Big changes. Changes found the game is impossible to rebalance. The same idea as Hero Bowl. Yeah. So, and it's also knowing that, like, okay. Thelius, thank you for the 44. So we got double shield going on. We got Orisa Sigma, and we're like, oh my god, and then you're like, it's okay. If I know that, like, in 3 weeks, double shield will be gone. Like, there's going to be some big change that happens that ideally moves these heroes that are being played every single game into they're not playing every single game. We'll be like, okay, cool. I know that I can make it these 3 weeks. You know. I think it depends on how often, since most of us don't play too much for many hours daily. Come up with a new game and again. Potentially more frequent adjustment will help, depending on it. Yeah, and you can like they can experiment with making things too strong, because it's like, okay, well, they'll be too strong. So what Dota does, it'll be like, this is 7.2 patch. I don't know what patch they're on now, but it'll be like, okay, that's 7.2, and then like a couple days later, it's like 7.2A, and then like a couple days later it's 7.2B, where they're like tweaking numbers. Now, if they were to put this big patch in and then not touch it for like 3 weeks, and there's like both sides of, one, let people figure it out. You know, there's the time that it takes for people to get good at the stuff, and then there's the time that it takes for people to get good at eating the good stuff. So it's not like that's too strong, we need to nerf it. So it could go both ways, but anywho, there's gonna be changes. We won't be stuck in a meta, you know, at some point. I still hope hero bans. Just beginning a game, boom, boom, boom. Lock some things out, whatever. But anyways, I was just about to at you on Twitter and be like, you seen? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But again, the big takeaway from this is we won't be stuck in a double shield forever. We won't be stuck in a goats forever, because there's going to be some sort of big change to happen, which you would assume tackles. You would assume that it's going to tackle the OP heroes first and underpowered heroes up a little more, but we'll see. Thank you, Ern, for the 29 months. The Fox. Guys, less than 2 weeks. We get Fox. We get Overwatch 2. We get Sombra. We get 5v5. We get new maps. We get new modes. Each team gets to ban certain characters per match. But Paladins, do you pick one person per game? You don't get to switch? I don't know. I don't know Paladins. No, I like 2CP. I've always had the opinion that we need more heroes before bans are introduced. You cannot tell me that right now, we're not going to go into this. I ramble way too long. We're going into it for just a minute. You cannot tell me right now, if 2 characters on the entire roster were banned, that it would break the game. All right, moving on. You could look at all of them and be like, man, if we got rid of Zen and Lucia, wow, the game would be broken. No. Okay? You can remove any 2 heroes. Widowmaker Ashe. Oh, Pharah's going to run rampant. No, she's not. There's Cassidy and Soldier. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're going on. Okay. Season 1 preview. The second public beta brought with it an abundance of hero performance data. This, along with player feedback for the broader community and professional players, has been instrumental in defining the hero balance landscape at launch. Informed by this data and feedback, the hero design team has mapped out some balance updates that players for the beta will recognize as changed from the end of our season public beta test earlier this year. You'll have an opportunity to see most of these changes in action first during the next Overwatch League tournament cycle, the Countdown Cup, starting on September 22nd. Holy shit, that's tomorrow. Until then, let's dive into a preview of what you can expect on October 4th. Junker Queen, who apparently has been dominating in the Overwatch League. Allied health bonus reduced from 100 to 50. Allied duration reduced from 5 to 3. Temporary health no longer decays over its duration. Okay, because they did change it to decay, right? Cooldown increased from 11 to 15. So nerf, buff, nerf. I don't know. They've changed. It's been so long since we played Joker Queen. But yeah, too strong. Cool. Okay. Temporary health now grants 50% reduced ultimate charge instead of 0 ultimate I knew they were gonna put this in. It felt like too much shit. It felt like way too much shit when you're shooting beat drop and getting 0. And Hammond, you can shoot Hammond and you'll get ult charge. Thank God. This was so frustrating. Very glad they did this. Essentially, again, Overwatch right now, the only thing that stops you from getting ult charge, shields, like Reinhardt shield, and then Hammond shield. You get it from Doomfist shield, you get it from Sigma shield, and when I'm saying shield, I'm saying shield health. Anyways, now, assuming that they're keeping Hammond as over health, Doomfist over health, Hammond over health, Beat Drop, Brigitte. Yeah. Anyways, Beat Drop was the worst for me because you're at like 95% all charge. Oh, let's break it down. They charge at you and you can't get anything. And the other thing would be like your Genji. You're like, haha, I'm gonna go in, dash, get my blade, use it, dash out, slice, kill, you know, that was all very whatever. And then it was like, oh, commanding shout. And then you just like couldn't get your ult charge. Yeah. Torb? Yeah, Torb did it too. So temporary health not giving ultimate charge added a lot of hidden strength to its effect, reducing consequences of riskier decisions and playstyles. This is particularly effective, and this is where you can grant temporary health to other players for the players doing out the damage, the players doing Dulling? I don't know that word. Out the damage. Doing significant damage, but gaining no ultimate charge can be particularly frustrating and unrewarding. Yes. With this change, our goal is to preserve some of the advantages granted by temporary health while adding a reward for players who contribute to their teams through damage dealt. Cool. Doling out? Okay. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. Damage roll passive. New passive. Okay, I haven't seen this yet. I promise. Yeah, the old passive sucked. I'm gonna say that without looking at this. The old passive sucked. Hero switching. Ooh, like no. The fact that supports get this like we're on the battlefield and have an advantage over you because our support is active, our passive is active and yours is not, sucked for DPS. Okay. New passive. Eliminations grant 25% increased reload and movement speed for 2.5 seconds. What? That is, listen, Nano Sombra is about to fuck you up. That's all I'm going to say. That is about to... Yeah. Oh, all heroes now refund up to 30% all time. Oh, okay. Interesting. So this gives a big advantage to attacking teams. If we're thinking like you open up on anything and you open it up and you go out there and you're like, ah, shit, they got that comp and ours isn't as good. And then you switch. And like nothing, like it switches like nothing happened. So yeah. The passive sounds bad. This one? Oh, it depends on how... Okay, it depends on if this is final blow or if this is Genji elimination. Like, you know how Genji gets a dash reset on every elimination, even if he didn't get the last blow? Like, this is... I don't know. I don't know. This seems kind of scary. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It's interesting. But also with this, they could make this 20%. They could make this 2. They could make this 1.5. Whatever. But yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting, all right? You know, it's weird, but it's interesting. And I mean, does it have the potential to be very strong? Yes. Is it going to make the flow of everything feel weird? Potentially. But yeah, read my mind. Easy to tweak those numbers. Yeah. Tweakable numbers are good. But this, again, all like every hero being able to do it. Like, let's say you go out and you've got double sniper and then you're like, shit, we don't want double sniper. Boom, your DPS already have it. Your support switch, they already have their all charge. So you don't have that awkward fight where like they just have so much more all charge than you. We'll see. Upon announcing the change for 30% alt transfer when swapping DPS, we saw a lot of feedback asking why there was a broader change for all heroes. After continuous testing, we agree that making change the entire roster to have access as we launch. Of course, it means DPS role and without a role. Passive, so alongside the change, we're introducing a new passive to DPS that increases their movement speed and reload speed by 25% for a brief window after getting an elimination. We believe that this changes the right balance of rewarding players who perform well in the damage role without being overpowered. We'll see. However, in future seasons, we may continue to experiment with that. With what these passives do, as we like to shake out the meta. Yeah. And again, I'm okay. Won't the DPS passive mess up muscle memory? Yes, but so does like your running and Lucio speed boost to you, right? How many times have you like ran and then all of a sudden you fell off a ledge because the Lucio speed like was running by with speed boost? Not to say that it's like good. It shouldn't be good muscle memory all the time, but it's not to say that it's not in the game already. Not to mention the fact that the cooldowns are going to be faster for, and like shooting is going to be faster for Kiriko's ult. So that's not something that they're necessarily trying to maintain as muscle memory. All right. So, okay, what do you guys think overall? 1, you like it. 2, you don't like it. I'm going to give you no middle ground. All of this. 1, you like it. 2, you don't like it. There's all of this. Okay. I quit Overwatch. That's a 3 right there. Okay. And again, it's not like these changes are going to be, you know, not everyone's going to be excited. People don't like changes per se, but okay. I just like seeing general. Okay, Orisa, base health increased from 250 to 275. Okay. Armor increased. Okay, I'm gonna. For hero rework that has been lauded as fun to play. And using vocab. Give me basic vocab. My English skills was probably my worst subject, I'm gonna be honest. Hard to kill, and particularly potent with an in-your-face tank playstyle. Orisa continues to be challenging hero to balance with one of the lowest win rates in the game. Giving a hero more health is a reliable solution, increasing the frequency of her energy javelin should keep her feeling more active and effective as she charges down the front line. Yeah, apparently very low win rate. So this being on 6 seconds though, I don't know. You gotta do anything, just BAM! Stunned. Fine. Diva, boosters impact damage increase from 10 to 25. Wow. Micro missile cooldown reduced from 8 to 7. Call Mac ultimate cost reduced by 12%. Diva's been slightly underperforming in comparison to other tanks of 5v5. And that's true. She was a very supporty tank, not as solo-y, whatever. Increasing the damage of boosters, add more weight. Leaning into her strength as a fast-moving engager who can push deep into the enemy lines. I'm assuming this is you got demeched and you can get your mech back faster, correct? That's what that is. So 12%. Are we watching around corners? Just gonna drop it on you. Rediva steamrolls it. Yeah, she just rolls in with micro missiles and boom, 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 boom. This is pretty big. I mean, you can get your ult charge a lot faster too. Obviously, you mow through like 3 people, you're doing 100 extra damage. Okay, that's not true. You're doing 45 extra. Whatever. Stop. Brigida, inspire duration reduced from 6 to 5. You know, I can always get behind a Brigida nerf, let's be honest. I don't even know. Very strong, especially in team compositions that take full advantage of the passive healing provided by Inspire. This doesn't affect Brigida's raw healing per second. However, it should make her overall effectiveness less generous in situations where she's unable to reapply Inspire. It's the year 2043. Brigida's still getting nerfed. Too true. Petty Pigeon, thank you for the 3-month resub. Welcome back. Baptiste, Biotic can launch your primary fire damage increase from 24 to 25. Primary fire minimum fall off range increase from 20 to 25. So double buff to his damage. I don't know that BAP really needed more damage, but I don't know. BAP always feels weird to me. Like with immortality plus healing, I don't know that he needs to like do tons of damage. Yeah. Da-da-da. So he can... God, if he triple headshots a Tracer, she's dead. Yeah. Can't imagine you dropped these changes like 4 years ago. Well, half of these wouldn't make sense because the heroes didn't exist, but you know. Thank you so much, COA, for the 4 years. Welcome back to the Super Seeker Summer Squad. But I don't know. They're playing this. They're using win rates from the beta and also the Overwatch League. So we'll see. Now, again, tiny numbers you can tweak. Obviously, this breakpoint is big because you go from, you know, the 200 HP threshold, the 250 HP threshold are two very, 25 can get there a lot easier than 24. Anyways, Mercy, pressing crouch. All right, where are my Mercy mains at? Pressing crouch during Guardian Angel now launches you straight up. Okay. So, I guess if you hold crouch, you'll actually crouch, maybe? Angelic Descent can now be activated by holding crouch while airborne. Okay. Mercy's beta changes allowed a Guardian Angel to cancel while she was looking at it. However, boosting upward was difficult, given that they needed to quickly look up before activating and then look down to survey the battlefield. To address this, the crouch input will now launch her upwards regardless of her facing direction. In addition, crouch will also activate Angelic Descent while in the air. Similar to jump, this adds much needed quality of life in performing the vertical boost. I will let the Mercy mains decide on this because I don't know super jump well enough to be like, oh, that's how that's gonna feel. I have no idea. Okay. They're trying to make it appease current Mercy mains while making it more accessible. That is their goal. Clearly, it's still going to take some time, and they're probably not. This is not going to be perfect still. Hang in there, okay? They're working on it. They're trying. Just give them some time, okay? Fashion Ironclad passive is enabled again. 20% damage reduction while transformed. Okay. Since introducing this newly upgraded Bastion, we've tracked a general sentiment about his new kit being a bit too potent, particularly when in Sentry form. To address this previous concern, we removed the Ironclad passive with a goal of reining in that perceived power. Now that we've had more time, I believe that returning the Ironclad passive will not push him over the edge. And that's only when he's transformed. Okay. We shall see. We shall see. Hopefully, I don't know. It'll be fine. 20% damage reduction. Again, a number they can tweak if they need to. So cool. But yeah, definitely this form sucks. It felt like you could never round a corner and get in rain, or like get good value out of it. It was pretty rare. Like you'd get like one good flank and just like mow people down, and then you just couldn't do anything. Reaper, Hellfire, Shotgun spread reduced from 8 to 7. So buff. Okay. Sojourn Railgun energy gain from non-player targets, barriers, turrets reduced by an additional 50%. Okay. Because right now, so it would yeah, if you shot a turret, or if you shot Reinhardt's shield or whatever, you would get energy. And then, yeah, interesting. And last but not least, once again, Sombra, hack ability, lockout duration increased from 1 to 1.75 seconds. Duration of hack's ability lockout often goes unnoticed, unless it's being used as an active interrupt. While we're not looking to go back to previous lockout numbers, we do want Sombra to have slightly more time to feel as though the ability is effective. This change stays in line with our goals for less crowd control abilities in Overwatch 2, and we'll continue to closely monitor performance data. This remains the case. Now, a couple things here. So, if you were to hack somebody, okay, let's just first thing that came to my mind right now was D.Va. Right now, I feel like, and not to say that D.Va's good right now, but like you would hack D.Va in the time that you could hack her like the last possible second, and she would get demeched, and she would just use her bomb. You know what I mean? Like she's about to lose her mech, you hack her. The time that she's like sitting in there waiting, it was super hard to like. Yeah. Anyways, so that'll make D.Va demech thing. Okay. Ultimate EMP. Nano EMP just got so much stronger because you have 1.75 seconds to kill the target that's going to mess you up. AKA Zenyatta, Lucio, Kiriko. It gives you time to like EMP, shoot them. Cool. The other thing you can do, EMP, shoot for a little bit, realize you're not going to be able to do it, hack them again, continue shooting them. Granted, you know, you'd like to have to not get shot during that time, but does Nano also increase the lockout time? No, but Nano means you do more damage, because right now EMP is 40% of target's current health. So if a target has 100 health or 200 health, they'll lose 80 health. But with Nano, you do 60%. So now they're down to 80 HP, and then you just and then you kill them. Okay, you kill them, and then you get to reload faster and move faster because of the DPS passive. And anybody dies there. You've EMP'd all of them, so you get the elimination on all of them as they're dying, and constantly are getting the faster reload and the faster movement speed. That's pretty big. That's pretty big for Sombra, who can, again, hit everybody and get an assist on everybody. Yeah. That's interesting. Now, without Nano, regular EMP, same thing. You know, you go in, EMP, you have 1.75 seconds. Gives your team at least a little bit to capitalize on something. So definitely 1 second was very quick. That even if your team capitalized was sometimes frustrating. Like even if you caught the enemy team with their pants down, you got everybody, and your team reacted correctly, you still wouldn't kill somebody sometimes just because you didn't have enough time. So, anyways, what else? What else about this? So regular. We go in, we hack somebody, we shoot them. This gives you time to at least like unload like half of your clip or more than half your clip. I think it takes 2.5 seconds. If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, it takes 2.5 seconds to empty your entire clip. So this at least gives you a chance to like almost kill them. And with the support of somebody else, you can kill them. Before, you know, like if they're alone, you know, you go to spawn, kill somebody. You hack, and yeah, somebody follows up, you can kill them before they can do something. Now, there's also the chain hack, where you can EMP, or you can hack somebody, then EMP, then hack again, which before was 1 second, so it was like impossible. But now if it's like, oh, there's a diva that's about to ult, and I know she's about to ult, and I hack, and then I realize we're not going to kill her, so you EMP, and you realize you're not going to kill her, so you hack again, and you really, so you can chain it for, you know, well, this, you won't be able to hack the second time in time. There'll still be a small window, but because there's a 4-second cooldown, so you hack, they're hacked for 1.75 seconds, you EMP, they're hacked for 1.75 seconds. This also gives more time for like hack shatter, hacking any shield makes it more valuable. You don't have to be like instantaneous. Don't necessarily need to communicate as much still. Like before it's like, oh, Reinhardt's hacked, and you know there's 5 seconds. Now it's like you hack them, so and so's hacked, you know, there's still 1.75 seconds. It's pretty short. But to say like I'm going to hack this person beforehand, you know, I'm gonna hack the Sig, go for a shatter. Okay, they're hacked. I see the shield dropped, I can go for it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the 30% isn't direct transfer. It's up to 30%, so you can't just farm on someone who builds all quickly to 30% and get 30% all charge. That takes ages. Yes. If I were to be on Tracer and go in and shoot somebody and then try to switch to... Who has a big ult charge? I'm trying to think. But you... Echo has a large? It will transfer up to 30. So like every ult charge has a value. Sombra's ult takes like 1,600 points. Tracer's takes 1,500. Cassidy's takes 2,000. I don't actually know. So if I were to be at 30% on Tracer, I believe if I were to be on 50% on Tracer, and I switch to Cassidy, it would be 30% because I have enough points. But then if I were to immediately switch back to Tracer, it would go to 30%. And then if I were to immediately switch to Cassidy, it would go to like 22. Does that make sense? Because I did this testing where I believe May had more than Sombra. So if I was on Sombra with 50% all charge and I switched to May, it would go to 30%. If I switched back to Sombra, it would go to like 30%, even though she just had 50. And then when you switch back, since you only have 30 now instead of 50, then it would go to like 22 because values. Does that make sense? Is anyone confused? Maybe I'll bring some, I'll put it up in some sheets or something. Tracer needs 800 points. Soldier needs 1,600. Swapping from Tracer 100% all to Soldier would give him 15. No, he would get 30. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm trying to think if this would really break anything. Now, do you guys think? Okay. There's hack cast time. There is hack duration. There is cooldown. There's EMP cast time, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, there's lots of numbers that can be. Oh, the whole damage thing. So sure, this is great for hack. Okay, I do still think that the damage. Where are the good? Thank you for the 15 months. Welcome back. I do still think that Sombra's damage without hack. So right now, it's if you don't hack somebody, you do 7 damage. If you hack somebody, you do 10. I think they could easily make that 8 and 10. Because trying to shoot people without hacking them feels really bad. And this obviously doesn't resolve that problem. Because you like go into a middle of a fight and then you don't do well in the middle of a fight. You can do great before the fight, but you don't do well in the middle of the fight. And yeah, do you think they should revert her regular damage? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is instead of it being 7 and 10, it should be 8 and 10. Problem with that is the fact that they made coming out of invis faster. So they're I think they're kind of scared to keep the damage the same. So they want to give somebody the time, like, oh, you have to hack them before you can shoot them. Cool. Yeah. The other thing is that if you don't change that, so if you keep it 7 and 10, the hack cast time being 0.85 instead of 0.65, or I can't even remember, it's been so long, but I'm pretty sure right now it's 0.85 and it used to be 0.65. But then the interrupt, if you get shot, instead of it being 2 seconds, it's 4 seconds. So they're like, oh, you need to hack people more in the middle of the fight, but it takes longer. And if you get interrupted, you're more punished. And so you'll just be in the middle of the fight and you're like, well, I'm just doing worse than Overwatch 1 Sombra because I'm doing less damage. Not to mention the fact that you do less damage to shields. Winston Bubble, Reinhardt Shield, Sigma Shield. You just do worse than Overwatch 1. Which is, not to say that it's not supposed to, there's less shields. There's only one tank. But yeah. Overall, I think there's still going to be some numbers that need to be changed. At worst, would be hack cast time out of invis 0.65 instead of 0.85. Because right now it's 0.85 all the time. And if it was like 0.85 while you're invis, but then 0.65 while you're out of invis, that would at least change the I'm in the middle of the fight, let me do something. Yeah. Anyways. What are you guys saying? Let's Sombra hack Winston's bubble. But definitely think she did need a buff in some capacity, so I'm glad to see this. I don't know if this is the right move. And again, they could like try this, and then if it doesn't work, they could remove it and try something else. They could add something else. The good news is there's lots of numbers to be tweaked, and it's going to take a little time. So we'll see. DPS passive roll is going to lead to chain kills. Definitely I wonder how it's going to work on like eliminating a buildable, like a turret. Like if you kill a turret, does that count as an elimination? Not to say whether it should or should not. I would assume that it should not, but will there be a bug in that capacity? Maybe. I don't know. How did Sombra's time to build ult feel when you played? It was okay. There would be games where you got it really fast and then games when you wouldn't, but it didn't seem like it was like, I can never build her ult in time. Imagine if it counts for sim turrets, yeah. Get off sim, you're just giving them speed! Hey, I will not be surprised if there's a bug. Has a good point. It's a buff on a limbs and not final blows. Yes. Yes. Of the DPS, Sombra probably benefits from the DPS passive the most. Yeah? Especially considering the fact that you hit everybody and like get a support. I don't know. Okay, so I'm saying sometimes you'll like get an assist on elimination and it won't show up in the kill feed. So maybe I'm overestimating how much it's gonna affect Sombra the most. This is gonna do wonders for Ashe. That's an interesting point, yeah. Bastion in turret form doesn't matter because he doesn't reload. Anything that would reset Swift Strike, yes. Yeah, it's only DPS though, not tanks. Nanoblade buff? Well, Nanoblade doesn't care about reloading, but the speed, yes. Movement speed, yes. It'll just be like, don't die. And I mean, that's already kind of how that is, right? Where if Genji goes in and he doesn't get that first kill, he's kind of in trouble because he doesn't get the burst damage. If you have like Transcendence or something. Yeah. Not sure if you already talked about it, but your thoughts on the lead designer leaving so close to release. You know, the game is going in a big change of direction, so I don't know that it's shocking per se. Not to be like, oh yeah, we knew they would leave something. I don't think anybody really thought he was gonna leave. But with the direction of the game moving to bigger changes as opposed to long, like bigger changes every 9 weeks, I could see that the change of philosophy could be like, nope, that's not for me. May feel like his work is done. Now time for new leadership. Yeah, totally valid. Yeah, exactly. People change jobs in the tech industry a lot. Not just in gaming. And I mean in general too. But I don't know. Anywho. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how the balance philosophy or like how the balance changes go. Jeff will make their own Overwatch. Yeah, Overwatch 7. Do we have anything else to talk about? I'm trying to get my thoughts around this. Obviously, it's a buff. It's good for Sombra. It did feel like 1 second was way too short. This is a number that they can change. They could make it 2. They can make it 2.25. They could make it 1.5. It's a number that can be changed. That they're willing to put to fractions of numbers. You know, they're not keeping it at like 2 seconds or whatever. Since Mei ult is a big AoE like EMP, do you think Mei will benefit greatly from DPS passive change as well? So yes, if you get that first kill. Because Mei wants to get up on top of you and slow you down as well. So, yeah, I can give you the link. Hold on. Actually, here you go. I just want to play it. I just want to play it, chat. Ah! We're so close. We're so close. We're so close. But we gotta wait. Does the game pass from assists? Yes. 13 days. Is it 13 days? It's so close. So close. Yeah, this DPS passive. Honestly, the fact that this is in, I'm so happy about this. This was very frustrating, and I'm very glad that they decided to go with this change. Very excited about that. And this one, I'm excited to try it out. It will be interesting. Random increases from the turret? Yeah, should be. Is there going to be a big streamer party when Overwatch 1 closes down? Yeah, I think we're going to do Among Us. So, you know, old time's sake. No, I don't know. Yeah, you could be like 2% off and then temporary health got in the way. Yeah, it was very frustrating because you'd like be unloading your clip like, I'm so close! And then you just couldn't, you know, couldn't get your ult. You couldn't Apagando Las Luces. Put me in, coach. I don't know that this is going to change that much. This will be... It's hard to really judge this, I'd say. Of course, I have no idea. Whatever. I'm curious what other people think about this. They're going to be like, no! How dare they! Sombra buff! I recommended some random Among Us video from your YouTube like 2 years ago yesterday. Oh, yeah? Good times. Mercy wasn't that good during the beta? Yeah. It was okay. Guys, they're gonna be able to cancel Res. They're gonna be able to cancel Junkrat Tire. I'm ready for those.